Here are my All Blacks player ratings for their 47-17 victory against Italy in round 2 of the Nations Championship. Some good performances for the All Blacks players. There were a few poor performances, but I don't think those players will get dropped from the team now because the coach knows what they can do. Dave really knows what these guys can do. But before we do get into it, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I really do appreciate all the support. If you saw this morning's video, you can realize just how tired I was. I had about 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and I'm not a morning person, so I got through that video so that you guys can have a video to watch. But now I'm much more awake. I'm ready to go with the player ratings. It's going to be very fun. I love doing the player ratings, and also I love the comments for it as well, because there's no chance on earth I'm going to get every player rating right. There's no chance, because I have to try to see every player and see what they're doing. Some people see the game differently the way I do, so please down below, if you agree, if you disagree, let me know down below in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's have some good conversations about it. I really do enjoy the comments and the conversations with some of the All Blacks fans now in the comments. I really do. You guys know your rugby very well, and I mean, I'm wearing this cap because I really respect the All Blacks brand. It's got to be my second favorite team in the world. I mean, Ireland is also creeping up there right now, but I've always really enjoyed watching the All Blacks play. The style they play, you can kind of see that natural ability and natural style start to come back to these players now. Like a Damian McKenzie, yes, maybe he didn't have his best game, but you can see the way he's playing, the confidence he's playing with. You can see it's just going to be a matter of time before things click for him again. He's not a bad player on the field. Guys like Will Jordan working so well off their wing, playing some incredible rugby, kind of interlinking with the forwards like a Ardie Savia as well. Some really good play going on from the All Blacks, especially at their best. But once again, not an 80-minute performance, but still a good performance against a solid Italy team that tried to get revenge for last week and tried to kind of rewrite their wrongs. And the Italy team came out firing in the first half, scoring early in the game and getting a lead early in the game and actually taking a hold of the game for the first period of the game. But that being said, they weren't strong enough to kind of hang with this All Blacks team, and you'll see why now in the player ratings. But if you do enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button and stick around. So number 1, Ethan de Groot. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. I thought he was the better player from the front row there, worked well around the park, but still, the set piece in the scrum battle just wasn't the best for the All Blacks today. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board for this. I think it's James Ryan is the coach, if I'm not mistaken. He won't be happy after that game, so he's going to have to go back to the drawing board with his players, who he has some really good scrummagers in this team, but they just need to go back to the drawing board for that. But other than that, Ethan de Groot was really good around the park, in my opinion. Number 2, Cody Taylor. I'm not doing 0.5s anymore. I saw all the comments. I'm not doing 5.5s or 6.5s. I'm only going with straight numbers here. So I've gone for a 6 out of 10. I thought he was okay today. Not at his best. Decent around the park. Got his job done. Scrum time, set piece time wasn't the best either. The Italian lineout, we knew with Andrea Zambanin and those guys, the Italian lineout was going to be a nuisance. We knew the Italian scrum was going to be a nuisance as well. They are a very good unit together as a forward pack. It just takes a bit of time to grind them down. Then by the end of the game in an open play, I'm not saying scrum battle at the end of the game, but by the end of the game in open play, those forwards will be done if you just keep piling on the pressure, and we saw that. So I do think those front 3 guys did contribute to that around the park. That's why their scores aren't that low, but still, I think at the scrum battle and the set piece battle could have been a bit better. So 6 out of 10 for Cody Taylor. For me, Tyrell Lomax, I've gone for a 5 out of 10. I am being a little bit more ruthless this week. I saw the comments as well. Maybe I was a bit nice last week. I thought he was good today. I don't think he was bad, but he just wasn't as good as Ethan de Groot, and he wasn't as good as Cody Taylor either, so I'm not going to give him the same score. I think the front row and a few guys in the forwards is where the All Blacks were lacking today. Now, I don't expect Cody Taylor to get dropped. I don't expect Tyrell Lomax to get dropped. These guys have so much experience. Cody Taylor, I think over 100 caps now. Tyrell Lomax, now 50 caps. These guys know what they're doing. It's just going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of cohesion, and it's a whole unit kind of thing. It's a whole forward pack as a unit that sometimes can contribute to how a player performs. So it's not really that big of a deal right now. It only becomes a big deal if it's an ongoing thing for oncoming games like the Springbok Tour as well. So we'll have to see what happens then, but for now, it's not a big deal. Looking at the locks, I thought the locks had a pretty good game today. I've gone for an 8 out of 10 for Sam Darry. This guy, I really like this guy. He's a workhorse. He works so hard. He does the unseen hard work. He reminds me of a Franco Mostert, but this guy's got so much potential. I really do like him there, and I think he's going to play there the entire year. Hopefully injury free, but I do like Sam Darry. He's a good player. He's a solid player. He plays the game the right way, and he gets his head stuck in. I mean, this guy doesn't care no regard for his body, and you need some players like that sometimes. So Sam Darien, 8 out of 10. Tupou Vaa'i at number 5. Now this is, I think, where I might split opinions. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. Yes, the line-out didn't function well today for the All Blacks, or not at its best. I don't think that's up to him. I think that's the whole forward pack as a unit. If I could give the whole forward pack a rating, it would probably be a 6 out of 10 for the way they were at set piece and stuff. It just wasn't good. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, but not a good performance in the set piece. But that being said, Tupou Vaa'i I thought was really good around the park. He's a hard-working player. Yes, he gets a bit of an unfair rap from some of the fans, especially the Springbok fans here behind me, but I mean, me being a Springbok fan, I like him as a player. I like what he brings for the All Blacks. He brings a bit of an attitude, which you need sometimes in the forward pack. Yeah, I mean, I remember the prime team there, 2015. There could have been a team in the 1900s, but I'll know nothing about. But you think of a Jerome Kane, or you think of those guys that, or like a Victor Vito, you think of all these guys that will just rock up, and they don't care about anyone in their way. They will play their game exactly the way they want to play it. And I kind of get that vibe from Tupou Vaa'i. Obviously not there yet by no means. By any means, not there yet, but still, I like his attitude, I like the way he plays, so 7 out of 10 there. Number 6, Wallace Atiti, I've gone for a 5 out of 10, really poor early on in the game, got better throughout the game. You're just going to get that right now from a guy like him. He's a high risk, high reward player sometimes, but some of the mistakes he was making were inexcusable. I don't expect him to get dropped. Of course, him going to the bench for the next game probably isn't him getting dropped. It's literally probably what might have been happening anyways, because Peter Lakai had a rest this week. Peter Lakai is a good starter. He probably will come back into the starting lineup next week. Maybe we see Satiti, Lakai and Adi Savia for the last game. Maybe they're trying to plan to do that. I have no idea, but he was poor in the first half, picked it up in the second half a little bit, but I have to go with a 5 out of 10 because we know the quality of Wallace Atiti and we know what he can do. Same for Luke Jacobson. I've gone for a 5 out of 10. Not his best game by any means today. Only played 40 minutes or 40 or so minutes today. Really not his best game, but he still is a solid player and we know what we can get from him. The All Blacks know what they can get from a player like him. So a 5 out of 10, not the end of the world. I mean, if this was a 5 out of 10 for 4 games in a row or 3 games in a row, that's a problem. But it's a 5 out of 10 after last week giving him an 8 out of 10. So he just needs to kind of understand where he can do the right things and where he doesn't have to try so hard on the field. But these things come with experience as well, which is why for the most experienced guy, Adi Savia, I've gone for a 7 out of 10. So Adi Savia had a solid game. He is one of those guys now. He's going to work so hard around the field. He's a workhorse. He's got a very high work rate. Good ball carrier, good tackler. I mean, he ran over Stephen Varney badly once. I felt so bad for Stephen Varney because because Adi Savia ran right through him. That guy can carry extremely hard. So a 7 out of 10 for Adi Savia. Not a 9 or an 8 out of 10 performance, but still a solid 7 out of 10 performance. Talking about a solid performance, number 9, Cameron Roy-Gott. I've gone for an 8 out of 10. Dictated the game very well. Kept the pace going. Every time he gets clean ball, he plays it quick. He's very decisive with his decision making. And you need a guy like that right now. I think him and Ruben Love are building a good 9-10 combination. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I do like what I'm seeing from Cameron Roy-Gott this year. Right now, in my opinion, he is the best scrum half in the world on form. And I think next week, Jamison Gibson Park versus Cameron Roy-Gott is going to be the battle of the 2 current best scrum halves in the world. That's just how I'm seeing it. I know Antoine Dupont probably is the best scrum half in the world, but he hasn't been playing that much recently, especially at international rugby, and that's where I truly see the best players in the world, and that's where I want to see them. So for me right now, Cam Roy-Gott, best scrum half in the world, 8 out of 10. Moving on to number 10, Ruben Love. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. I saw a comment and I fully agree with this. I think he's playing it a little bit safe right now. I think what we want to see from Ruben Love, especially if you're up at the amount of points they were, take a few risks, take a few gambles. That's what the coaches want to see. That's what the All Blacks fans want to see. You talk to any All Blacks fan in the world, they just want to see their players taking a few risks, throwing the ball around, and like a Will Jordan, just doing something out of the ordinary. So I think Ruben Love was very ordinary today. Or tonight for the All Blacks fans, but he's going to have to pick it up. I still think he's the right guy for number 10, but he played it safe. He was solid today. That's about it. He was just solid. We need to see more from him. You need to see him attacking the line like the Super Rugby games. He's kind of in a shell a bit right now. He needs to come out of that shell and he needs to start playing like the Ruben Love from Super Rugby because he will set the world alight because he's a very good player. Moving on to the wings, Leroy Carter, I've gone for a 7 out of 10, and Will Jordan, I've gone for a 9 out of 10. Leroy Carter, while he was on the field, was absolutely awesome today. He was quick, he was athletic, he showed off his work rate as well. I thought he was really good today, so a 7 out of 10 for Leroy Carter. Will Jordan, a 9 out of 10, and my man of the match by far. 3 tries scored, but the way those 3 tries are scored, the one try scored on this wing, the one try scored kind of near the middle, the other try scored far on the left wing and he's playing right wing. So that just shows the work rate that Will Jordan has off his wing. This guy, if you were a wing right now, if you are a wing or a fullback growing up, if you are a young wing or a fullback, or even now trying to go professional, watch Will Jordan play. Don't watch anybody else. Watch Will Jordan. He is the blueprint for an incredibly world-class winger. Because there's other guys that, I mean, I'm talking about like a Cheslin Colby now. He's just extraordinary with his stepping. He can beat players one-on-one. But if you don't have the exact ability to step a guy in a phone booth, watch how Will Jordan plays. And if you have pace, of course you have to be fast. Watch how he plays. Watch how smart he inserts himself into the back line. The timing of his runs, the timing of his passes, the timing of his kicks, the way he variates, the variation he has on his chip kicks to grubbers as well. He is such a world-class player. And if he carries on like this, he will win World Player of the Year if he carries on like this. I know Louis Bilberry's been the big talk of the town for months now, but if Will Jordan can keep this up for the rest of the year, he will win World Player of the Year. He was absolutely awesome. Moving on to the centres, for Jordie Barrett, I've gone for a 7 out of 10. This guy's solid. This guy's ready to play international rugby this year, but he was missing his partner in crime, Quinn Tupaia. Yes, Billy Proctor's his partner in crime for the Hurricanes there. I've gone for a 6 out of 10 for Billy Proctor. A okay performance, a few mistakes, but it's not a Quinn Tupaia performance. But I do like Billy Proctor in the squad. You can see, he does bring value sometimes. He can attack the line. He is a good attacking threat. I mean, we saw, unfortunately for him, he got fended really badly by Tommaso Menoncello early on in the game. Maybe not realizing just how good Menoncello is, which you should never be doing that because he is a phenomenal player, one of the best centers in the world. But these are learning lessons from these guys. I think Billy Proctor will get better with time, but you can just see that they were missing Quinn Tupaia tonight. So a 7 out of 10 for Jordie Barrett. A solid performance, solid carries, solid work rate, solid tackling. Billy Proctor, a decent performance, some good moments, some poor moments. And then at fullback for me, Damian McKenzie, I saw other people giving him a 6. I saw other people maybe talking, they were saying he was hot and cold tonight. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. I mean, a lot of what ifs. It's kind of like he was running into a brick wall the whole time, but he was there. He kept throwing his punches as well, and that's what you need from some of these guys. Keep throwing those punches because it will wear down the opposition team, and it did. So I thought Damian McKenzie was solid. I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for him. Now talking about the replacements, I will do the replacements as a whole, but I have to talk about two guys first. Anton Segner, you have to give him an 8 out of 10. You're not going to see him on the list here, wherever the list is. I think it's this side, because I do the replacements as one whole thing. Anton Segner was awesome when he came onto the field. He brought that intensity, he brought that work rate, he brought that fearlessness, and he looks ready for international rugby right now. And you can just see he's one of those players that you just have to keep them going if they're on form. And I've gone for an 8 out of 10 as well for Josh Morby. What a player. This guy, I watched him twice in Super Rugby play this year, and both of those times I thought he was brilliant. But now watching him play for the All Blacks, he just looks like an ordinary guy that just carves up teams for fun. So a really solid player there, a really good game from him. I've gone for an 8 out of 10 as well. Then for the overall replacements, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for the All Blacks. All of the guys weren't as good as a Segner or a Josh Morby, but that being said, a solid performance from the guys that came on. I mean, Samisoni Takiyawa as well. He was really good when he came on. All the other guys were good when they came on. So a solid performance from the bench for the All Blacks bench. They need that consistently now. They need more consistent performances. But let me know which ratings you agree with. Let me know which ratings you disagree with and why, please, down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.